the reality is these new Acela train sets are just the latest in the future Northeast Corridor. We could go back to the 1930s, for example. We could look at the GG1 locomotive, which is the locomotive on the upper left-hand corner of this slide. It was the centerpiece of the electric era. I don't want to geek out too much on locomotives, but I do know we have a couple of rail fans on the call today, so I do like to play to them a little bit as well. We could talk about something like the E60 locomotive built by General Electric, the locomotive in the upper center. Amtrak started using these locomotives in the mid-1970s. They had a series of problems, which prompted the railroad to look for another locomotive. What they ended up doing was testing locomotives from Sweden and France. Locomotives like the RC4 in the upper right-hand corner. That was actually the locomotive that led to the engine on the bottom left here, the AEM7, a locomotive that electromotive division of General Motors built. In fact, they built 65 of them, 54 of them purchased by Amtrak. Because of its Swedish origin, rail fans affectionately know of this locomotive as a Swedish meatball. Some people also call it a toaster. And of course, on the bottom right-hand side, we have two of the more modern train sets and motive power that you might see today. The bottom middle is, of course, the Acela, which is soon to be replaced. And the bottom right is an Amtrak City Sprinter, locomotive that Amtrak ordered, I believe, in 2016 for use on the Northeast Corridor. So the railroad and the corridor really continue to evolve today. And what the future holds is really hard to predict. But what I can say is that the story of the Northeast Corridor is in many ways the perfect example of railroad history.